Alright, today we're going to be doing some Plasti Dip on the Dodge Caliber SRT-4. This is my work vehicle, custom game consoles and repairs here in Oklahoma City. What we're going to be doing is on this hood, let me get over here and get a better view. We're going to be doing, you can see a blue outline around the main hood scoop on there. We're going to be doing that part black with a pinstripe around it, and then on each one of these indented vents we're going to be doing a small stripe coming out. And then on the wheels, there you are, the regular SRT-4 regular wheels for the Caliber 19s. We are going to be doing some Plasti Dip on those. So we're not doing the whole rim, but we're going to do a little triangle pattern on each spoke that will eventually give us a split spoke look. But you'll see that when we get to that point. So I'm going to get you over here to a point where I think you might be able to see without me being in the way constantly. And we'll see how that does, and if not, I'll move it. Alright, I've got the outer blue line is already done. Now I'm going to come back with my blue fine line painter's tape, and I'm going to come in one width of this tape to create a outer pinstripe. So I'll show you a little bit of that, and then I'll cut the video off and fast forward so you don't have to sit here and watch me pulling tape up and back down, up and down, up and down, trying to get the line just right. Now you can see the double stripe. You can see I've got a little bit of a lift right here. I don't know how well you can see that, but it's a little lift right there, which is alright. I'll just tape that down when I'm ready. And I'm going to fix this little point because I don't like how it gets real fat right there. So I'm going to fix that. I'll finish doing the double pinstripe. I'll start covering the rest of the hood, a little bit of the windshield, and I will get back with you guys. Alright, here we go. We got everything taped off, got our paper laid down. I'm just going to do the center scoop first. The two smaller indented scoops, I'll do those afterwards just because I don't have a whole lot of paper. Right inside these tight edges, the inner edge of them sometimes will try to lift on you. So just use your fingernail and just push those down. They'll hold long enough for you to get the paint on. And check any inside corners. Like that one right there, keeps lifting on me just about as fast as I can pull my finger off of it. So, put a tiny little slit with a knife in it and stick it down, and it should stay down very well from now on. Check all your edges again, up around the corners. Just to double check, make sure everything's stuck down and everything's secure so you don't get a bunch of overspray over everything else that you don't want it on. And let's go. And it's just a little bit windy, so if you see me stop, you'll know why, because the wind will pick up. There's one real light coat. That side over there is already dry, and I can see it drying quickly all the way across. So apparently I'll be able to do this fairly quickly. And I want to do it fairly quickly because I've got tape lines down to give me sharp edges. And if I pull this off after it's dry, I will peel off my stripe or start lifting the corners. So I want to get this down wet, and while it's still wet, peel off all of my fine line tape. We'll go on a little bit heavier this time. Okay, now I'm going to switch and go this direction for two reasons. So I can get this inner edge right here, and so I can get rid of any zebra stripes. I'm sure you've seen those forming. Every time I went one way and back, it would leave a line going up and down, which is okay if you get enough coats on. That'll all cover and won't show. But I'm going to go side to side just because, well, just because. Okay. Just about have the coverage that I'm looking for. I can still see a little bit of red through it, so I'm going to keep going until I don't see any more red. got the coverage I'm looking for. So I'm going to wet the edges all the way around and peel it off. I'm going to go in just a little bit, that way I can get somewhat even coverage going. Paper's off. As you can see, it's lifting the corners because I waited too long to get all of this off. And just for future reference, nope, I just lost my corner there. So I'm going to have to redo this because I, for one, did it out in the sun, which made everything dry too quickly. And, lesson learned, I will make sure to spray this side maybe halfway across, and I'll peel that off. Then I'll spray this side over to here and peel that off. That way I don't have to deal with that because it's already dried. Which is the awesome thing about Plasti Dip, is that it's removable. Bad thing about it is it dries pretty darn quick, especially out in the sun, so you deal with that kind of stuff. So let me get this reset and I will get back with you again. Alright, just got done spraying my first time with plastic coat on a Dodge Caliber SRT-4, doing the center hood scoop, and it failed. Actually, the Plasti Dip did not fail. Plasti Dip did exactly what it was supposed to do. Looks great. Get around here, and right there's the problem. I waited too long for it to dry before peeling my fine line tape off to give me my pinstripe effect. Zoom focus in here. Pinstripe went alright. All the way around, you can see where it started to lift the edges a little bit around all of these edges, which I'm assuming for most people that right there would be acceptable. They'd be fine with that, but I'm too much of a perfectionist. I want it right. And on top of that, I lost half of my pinstripe on this side. So I'm going to take all of this off and redo it. And I would, if some of you are thinking, well, why don't you just leave the main part, take the pinstripe off, and just redo the pinstripe? In order to do that, I'd have to mask off all of the black and the car again. Taking it all off, all I have to do is the outer edge, and I can spray everything all at once. So, here we go. And it's very easy to peel off. except right down there in the corners, obviously. So I'll get that in a minute. So there's one little piece. Now, let's just start right here in the corner. Just take the whole thing. Very easy, just rub it with your thumb. Oh, sorry, didn't even have you on there. And peel. And this has only been on, oh, I'd say maybe 10 minutes. But as you can see, I'm out in the sun. It's about 53 or 50, 54 degrees, something like that today. So it's not particularly hot, but I just drove the car just a little bit ago, and I'm assuming that's what made everything set up and dry so darn fast. So if you give me just a second to get my camera mounted up here. There we go. Now I'll let you just watch it peel off. All in one giant sheet. All pretty again. Alright, I'll bring you back for round two. Alright, here we go. Got it retaped, repapered, and we're ready to go again with Plasti Dip. I don't know how you can see that. I got this at Lowe's. You can get it at Home Depot, about $6 a can. I'm using flat black this time. Double check the inside edges and tape lines before you start spraying. And this is my second time doing this. The first time I started here, sprayed all the way across, stopped, started here, I went back across, and then I went this direction, and then once more this way, and I peeled it off, but I waited too long to peel it off, and I lost my pinstripe, so I peeled it all completely off and started over, but I was outside in the sun right after driving the car. Now the car's been sitting for a couple hours. It's completely cool to the touch. It's about 50 degrees outside. I'm in the garage. That way I don't have to deal with wind blowing Plasti Dip all over the car like I did last time, which is no big deal because it's rubber and it just wipes right off with a rag or your hand, either way. So this time I think I'm going to start in the center and paint most of the center of this, avoiding this tape line. That way when it comes time to do the tape line, I can just pull it off real quick while it's still wet, with no underlying coats being dry already. So, here we go. Coat 1. Again, trying to stay off of the outer lines. I know I touched it a little bit right here in the front, especially right here in the corner. That was an oops on me, and I hope I don't pay for it later. Actually, I'm going to stand in front of you so that I can go side to side all the way up. Okay, that's 2 coats. And I can still see just a tiny bit of red through it, so I'm going to let that dry for just a couple seconds, and then I'll hit it with a 3rd coat, and then I will start going around my edge. And what I'm going to do this time, instead of trying to do all of it and then peel all the tape and paper off at once, instead of doing that this time, I'm going to start at that corner, and I'm going to come down to about halfway through, about right here. And then I'm going to make that nice and wet, and then I'm going to peel that off down to about here. And then I'm going to start there, and then finish it to here, and finish taking my paper off that direction. That way I can hopefully try to get it all off while it's still wet enough not to try to lift it. So, we will see. That has given me the coverage I'm looking for. I cannot see any red through it. So, alright, well, let's do it. Check my line one more time, just to make sure. Okay, that's good coverage. Now while it's still nice and soppy wet, we'll go ahead and peel these off. Be careful, because it gets all over your hands too if you're not careful, because it's still wet on your tape and paper. So, I've got that peeled off halfway across, so I'm going to start and come back this direction, and we'll do the same thing. Okay. Start from right here again. Nope, I'm going to start from the top. And voila, there we are. There's the complete process from start to finish as far as the spraying goes. Pretty self-explanatory as far as the masking. You make your tape lines wherever you want it, put your paper on, and you're good. And this time I'm good. I've got a little bit of a line here and here, but that's just because my little fine line tape, I dropped it out of my hand and it laid down on here, which I'm just going to let that sit and let it dry and cure. That way I can just rub it and peel it right off. No big deal. And other than that, it all looks pretty good. And then we'll just let that dry, and then we'll mask off our center sections here and go up off of our second little indentions. But while that's drying, I don't want to mess with any of these until this is dry, because I got to lay paper over this. Bad idea to do it right now, it's wet. So I'm going to stop with this, and I'm going to go down to the rims. So I'll start you off over there. Alright, and here is the SRT rims. What we're going to do here is we're just going to come up here and make a triangle down to a point, right down here. Not get any of the Plasti Dip inside here. We're not going to mess with any of this out in here. It's just going to be a triangle right there, which is going to give us a double chrome point coming up the sides. So I'm going to show you a quick mask right here, and then we'll finish it up and not make you watch the whole thing. Just like that. That's all we're going to do. Oh wow, you can't even see that, can you? Okay, let's try this. Okay, can you see that? Just like that. That's all we're going to do. Straight down to the point, and that's it. And now we're going to do all the other spokes on this wheel. And I will be back. Alright, here we are at the rims on this Dodge Caliber SRT-4. I'm going to put a triangle pattern on the flat edges, on the flat face of each spoke of the rim. That'll give it a split spoke look once all the tape is pulled off. You'll get to see that afterwards. But I've already got everything taped off. Blue fine line painter's tape for the main edges, and then just blue painter's tape to fill in all the rest of it. And hope that you are able to see this from this angle, because I'm going to be standing right there to spray it and pull off all the tape. So we will see how this goes. And there's the Plasti Dip we're using. about $6 a can at Home Depot or Lowe's. I do have some sagging going on because I've put it on really thick so that I can do all of that and then have time to get back around and peel all the tape off before it has time to set up and harden. Voila. There you have it. And once this is all done and it has time to fully dry, I'll pull it out into the sun and then I'll give you guys a full overview of the rims, hood, and everything. Alright, and here's the Dodge Caliber SRT-4 with the new hood stripes and new rim design, all done with Plasti Dip. Let's get to the other side. There's the hood. You back up so you can actually see the whole thing. Not too bad. I kind of like it. Let's come up here. There's a couple little flaws that I have to take care of. Like right there, there's a little spot, little itty bitty spot right there that I'll have to just take a little bitty razor blade and trim that piece off. Same thing right there in that corner. Other than that, the rest of that one looks good. Refocusing again here. And then the large hood scoop, that one went for the most part well. Just a word of caution, right down there you can see where a piece of tape that I pulled off. Just barely touched it and it picks it up pretty quick. Or kind of like that tip, kind of smears it just a little bit down on the bottom of the line. In between the two black pieces, I'll just take a X-Acto knife and just trim those two little nubs off of it. But for the most part, I am very satisfied with the way this is all came out. And now I am debating on whether to black out the red part of the grill, all of this right here and across here. Not going to do anything with that just because it's already black. Black this out, the big cross down around here, all the way around, and then of course I'm going to black out these two little red places right here between that black and that black. So it'll make a nice straight black line all the way across the bottom of the car and then the grill. But I haven't decided on whether to do the grill or not. But if I do, I'll post another video of that later. Hope everybody likes it. Let me know what you think.